Hey guys, welcome back to Back in Diapers. I know I've been away for a while. I've had a lot of things going on, and some issues with my computer. We'll see if it works well today. But, so a lot of you have asked some questions and emailed me about my seizures and stuff, and also I want to tell you about how it affects my incontinence a bit. So I'm in the process of diagnosing the seizures, like whether they're epileptic or non-epileptic, and kind of just working on controlling them a bit. I was having them pretty much every other day. The longest I've gone in between one since they started was about 4 days. I'm on a new medication, so we're hoping that it works out. But, got some tests coming up tomorrow that I'm not too excited about. I really don't like tests, but they've got to be done. So as far as seizures go, I have what are called tonic-clonic or grand mal, and also I have partial, I think they're called complex partial or partial complex seizures, something like that. One of them is a full body seizure. I lose consciousness from anywhere to 1 minute to up to 5 minutes, sometimes a little more. And pretty much I pass out, I go stiff, and then I start, with the convulsing. This is not at all fun. It hurts so bad afterwards, and that one is the one that really affects my brain the most. When I wake up, it's probably a good hour before I can really even form a full sentence. A lot of times I have to use my swipe on my phone so that I can tell my boyfriend what I need after a seizure until, I can really start talking again. It's really frustrating not to be able to get the words out. I mean, it's just, it's really weird. But, after that, usually takes about an hour before I can really move well, before I can get up and go anywhere. But and the complex partial one, not as much. Usually it's left-sided, and I don't actually lose consciousness, although it's like my eyes move back and forth really quickly. My left side of my body tends to stiffen or convulse, sometimes both of them, and those ones don't affect my brain as much as far as my speaking ability. They make me really tired, but I can still talk okay after those, usually. And a lot of times, and not since I've had the meds, but a lot of times I have 2 seizures in a row. A lot of times it's a tonic-clonic or grand mal, and then the partial complex. After that, usually they follow within about 5 minutes of each other. And that's been really, really rough. It's really scary to go through. I've had some really, really upsetting ones, and it's definitely affected my boyfriend a little bit, but he's really good at dealing with it. He's really good at keeping me calm afterwards. Getting me to rest is the main thing. Pretty much after a seizure, you've got to let your brain basically reboot. And that can take anywhere from 15 minutes to, up to 12 hours. A lot of times I just go to bed and go to sleep right after, or I just stay resting in my chair, or if I'm in bed when it happens, I stay in bed till I can move on my own. And as far as the seizures affecting the incontinence, it doesn't affect it incredibly. It's kind of a known thing that when you have a seizure, you lose continence. And it is true. With my incontinence, though, my bladder empties as it fills. As soon as it's full, it empties. Sometimes, it's just constantly going little bits at a time. But, so depending on when I have my seizure and when my bladder's full, I don't always urinate afterwards, as far as I know. But it also affects the bowel control a lot. It's just, I don't have the control, and I don't have the ability to get up even if I feel like I have to go. A lot of times I wake up from a seizure and I've already messed myself. So that's not real fun. My boyfriend is really good about getting me cleaned up afterwards. He's learning a lot as far as how to change diapers with different techniques. You know, most of the time when he changes me during the day or something, he does it so that I can lift up and move around. After a seizure, though, I pretty much have no ability to move on my own, so he has to, do the rolling technique, where he rolls me over, and all that, until I have the strength to move myself around. Last night was my last seizure, and I think it was a tonic-clonic as far as I can recall. I don't remember having a seizure. I just remember beforehand. I do have what are called auras, I guess. A lot of times I get a very agitated feeling, where I'm just really upset about and frustrated and just really aggravated, and that happens usually anywhere from 5 minutes to half hour beforehand. Last night I think it was about a half hour, and I didn't really realize it at first that it was what was going on. And then finally I'm like, oh, that's what it is. I'm having a pre-seizure. So I went and told my boyfriend what was going on, and stayed in my chair right where I am right now, and he laid me back, and within about, I'd say from the time I started feeling agitated to the time that the seizure occurred was about a half hour. But yeah, so I don't know, life's just been really crazy, really hectic. I'm getting an MRI done tomorrow because the doctor wants to look to see if I have a microscopic brain tumor. He said that is usually the cause of sudden onset seizures in adults. The only other thing is that this could be pseudo seizures, which I'm actually going to probably do a little bit of a video about, separate from this one, because it's going to be too long otherwise. But yeah, so I'm working on trying to keep myself occupied throughout the days, because I'm not allowed to drive right now. Every time I have a seizure, it resets the time period of when I can drive to 6 months from that current seizure. So as of today, I cannot drive for 6 months, and that resets every time I have a seizure, which is really frustrating for me because I can't go anywhere on my own, anything like that. I have to stay here and keep myself occupied, and right now I'm so spacey that it's really hard to focus on simple things like cleaning my house. My living room's kind of messy right now because I've got laundry in here, and it's just like when I go to clean it, it's just my brain, it just can't focus on it. I can't even really figure out what to do first, what needs to go where. I never realized how much seizures affect a person's brain, and it's just crazy. I pretty much spend a lot of days just sitting here doing nothing. Watching TV. My boyfriend just renewed my subscription to Hulu so I can watch some of my current TV shows and all that. But it is really kind of tough, and not fun at all. And I'm hoping to God that some of these tests tomorrow give us some answers. I had an EEG a couple of weeks ago, and it came back normal, which from what I've heard, that's kind of how it goes. Sometimes it can take up to a year before an epileptic will get the teeniest spike of brain waves that prove they have epilepsy or something like that. So that's really frustrating because, the doctors automatically jump to the fact that it's psychological or a pseudo seizure, and that is a lot harder to treat than if it was epilepsy or something like that. But so time will only tell, and I'm kind of plugging away. I'm working on something I wanted to say is I'm working on some awareness t-shirt ideas in my mind. That's something I can do, is sit here and paint t-shirts or design t-shirts or something like that. I'm working on a sock monkey one right now because that's kind of my thing. My sock monkeys, I like to collect them. I like to collect monkeys in general, but sock monkeys are especially my favorite. I have like 3 or 4 of them. I have a giant one, I have a little one, I have sock monkeys on my headband, or my bandana right now. So I'm designing a really cool sock monkey shirt. But I'm also working on trying to figure out a incontinence awareness t-shirt. And once I get a design, I'm more likely to, I probably won't paint every single one, but I will probably use like an iron-on transfer or something if I end up getting to the point where people want to buy them. Anyway, we'll see how that goes. That's kind of in the works right now. I'm going to end this video pretty quick here because, as you can see, I've got a little bit of, you know, some facial stuff going on, and that's some Bell's palsy stuff from a couple of years ago. When I'm really tired or after a seizure, it tends to get really bad, and it's starting to droop really bad. So, but you all have a wonderful day, and I'll try to keep posting some videos here and there. It's not going to be as often as it was just because I'm not feeling that great these days. But I will keep you all posted, and still email me any suggestions for videos. I've had a few suggestions. I just have to go back and look at what they are and pick what I want to talk about next. Right now, the video blogs are a lot easier for me to do than my actual blog, so I'm kind of sticking with those, but I will post them on my blog when they happen, because I know some people follow YouTube, some people follow the blog. Just depends on your preference. So they will be posted in both places. So that's about it. That's what's going on. And thank you all for all your emails and your support through all this. And I may not check my email every day, but I do look at it, and I love hearing from all of you. So until next time, you guys have a great day.